Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my God! Wow!
Hello and welcome inside Platt Arena. It's Ryan Lockhart, joined here by Jordan Herring. Jordan, we have a great one on our hands tonight. 15-1 Mount Vernon, number 4 in the nation, comes in. They're going to be taking on your 9-7 home Huntington Forsters. Jordan, I think we have a great one on our hands here.
No, this is going to be a really good competition between these two teams. These are both teams that really like to go out there and light up the scoreboard. Question is, what kind of defense are we going to get from both these teams?
That's true. You know, you look at both these teams, and, you know, there's always key players on teams coming in. Mount Vernon, no exception to that at all. They got a really good player on their team, and Javon Knox. Knox coming in averaging 20.8 points per game. He also averages 4.6 rebounds, and he shoots that on 52% from deep. Jordan, how do you think his impact is going to be today for Mount Vernon?
Well, he's definitely one of those guys where once he gets going, the whole team gets going. So he's always out there being causing mayhem when he's on the offensive end.
Now on the other side of that for Huntington, everybody knows his name. It's up here in the rafters, courtesy of his grandpa. The arena's named after him, once again, courtesy of his grandpa. Connor Platt, he's been lighting it up for Huntington. 21.3 points per game. He leads Huntington in scoring. He also shoots 42% from deep. Now, Connor's going to have a tough task with this team. We know they're going to double team him. They're going to triple team him. And I'm sure Huntington's got their things they're going to throw defensively at Knox on the other side of that. But how do you slow down Connor Platt in this one, Jordan?
Well, you were talking about his three-point percentage, and I think that's where it's at. If you can keep him away from the perimeter and try to get him to, work his way inside or just maybe get rid of the ball to someone else, that will really slow down Huntington's offense.
Now as we take a quick look just in conference here, 4 games being played in the Crossroads League so far this season. The standings look as follows. Bethel, Mount Vernon, Indiana Wesleyan, Marion, and Grace all tied for that number 1 spot at 3-1. Following them by themselves at number 6, St. Francis. Then Spring Arbor, Huntington, and Taylor all follow at the number 7 spot. And then Goshen rounds it out 0-4 in that final spot in the Crossroads League. But Jordan, as you look around, some other teams in action tonight and who they're going to be playing, I think we have some good ones. We're going to see everybody's in action tonight from the Crossroads League. So those standings, the 3-1, the 5 teams there, then the other 3 teams at 1-3, we could all see that get shaken up.
Exactly. I mean, we've got a lot of conference games following the next few weeks. And so I think, some of these standings are going to be rattled up a little bit, just depending on how everything goes.
Huntington is 4-2 in their last 6. They started the season 3-0, but they've only lost back-to-back twice this whole season, Jordan. They are on a 1-game losing streak after that St. Francis game. We'll talk about that a little bit more once we get into the game. On the other side, Mount Vernon, they come in. They beat Iwood, open up the Crossroads League. They also have won their last 6 games straight, Jordan. So they're playing really well. We're going to look at our keys to the game under a minute to go here. Jordan, take us through Mount Vernon's keys to the game first.
I think for Mount Vernon, the first thing they need to do is don't let Connor or Middlesworth get hot. Another thing to do is be able to force turnovers. Huntington is a team that's well known for being able to get the ball to everybody out there on the court. So forcing turnovers, getting those easy points on the other end is going to help a lot. Also, build an early lead against Huntington. Mount Vernon is one of those teams where once they get going early, it's hard to catch up to them.
And on the other side for Huntington, they need to find a way to limit Knox. Win the boards. Mount Vernon's got a 1 rebound advantage over him, and they need to feed Middlesworth. That's our keys to the game. We'll be right back with the lineups as well as the tip on the other side of this break. This is HU Men's Basketball right here on HU FDN Sports.
This is how we like to do it.
And welcome back here inside Platt Arena. Once again, Ryan Lockhart, Jordan Herring on your call tonight. Jordan, we got our starting lineups here. First, for the visiting 15-1 Mount Vernon Cougars. Take us through them.
First at the guard position, we have number 4, junior Jevin Knox. Number 10 at the guard position, senior Jacob Paul. Number 11, guard position, senior Isaac White. Number 15 at the forward position, senior Austin Jones. And then number 21 at the forward position, Alex Johnston, Jr.
Coming in this season, their only loss, Mount Vernon that is, right now is to currently number 8, Marion. Now that loss to Marion was a 3-point loss. They beat guys like Iwu, they beat top teams. They've beat other teams, not necessarily top teams, but other teams they should beat. We'll see how they'll do tonight here. A strong starting lineup, and they got size in that lineup too. On the other side, for your home, Huntington Foresters. A little different lineup for you tonight, fans. We're going to see number 3, Connor Platt, starting at guard, the senior. Number 4, Caleb Middlesworth, the 6'8 forward. He was freshman of the year last year in the Crossroads League. Number 11, freshman, 6'8, Hank Pulver from here in Huntington, Indiana. Number 22, Lewis Wang, coming in at 6'1", getting his 4th start of the season. And rounding out the starting 5, the big 6'11 freshman, Clyde Kajiri, getting his 3rd start of the season. So, Jordan, a couple guys for Huntington on our side, getting not, their 1st or 2nd starts, but some younger starts in their rotation here.
Yeah, and I think mixing up the lineup a little bit too is going to maybe help that chemistry, being able to see what these young guys can do, when they're out there on the floor, and especially in the starting lineup. Mm-hmm. That might be what the Huntington teams need to, spark something in them to help carry them through these games.
And, Jordan, it's not like we haven't seen either Lou Wang or Clyde. We've seen Lou in 14 games this season. We've seen Clyde in 15, so we've got our fair share of those. One thing we do have to mention about Clyde, he leads us in blocks with 20 blocks on the season. Last I looked, he was number 4 in the Crossroads League in average blocks. So Clyde getting the big start today. We'll see what he can do with it. But on the other side, we mentioned Mount Vernon's got the size. They got some athleticism too. I imagine Clyde going to be the man jumping here, coming in at 6'11". Jordan, being 6'11", that's got to have a great advantage there for that tip-off.
Yeah, these guys, I'm looking out on the court right now. All these guys are looking like giants out here. I can't imagine what this game is going to go to down the post for these guys.
Jones at 6'7" will jump with them. Mount Vernon, blue uniforms, green numbers, and green and white letters. On the other side, Huntington, home whites, green numbers, green letters, and green trim. Wang playing tough defense. He poked that one away, and he got it before it got out of bounds. Early turnover for Mount Vernon. Platt brings it up. To Pulver it goes. Lou now looking around. He finds Middlesworth. He's been hot. We're going to have a bunch more on Caleb here. As we get into this ball game, he goes in the post, looks for the turn. He'll give it off to Clyde. The big man going inside, and he can't get it full. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back, but missed it. But he's going to the line for 2 more, Jordan.
I mean, I already mentioned earlier about how we're going to see this game shape down on the post because these guys are just so freaking tall.
Yeah.
But we're already seeing it on the first possession from Huntington.
Jordan, a lot of times, we like to get Connor going early. We like to get some other guys going early, but seeing Huntington look to the post early, really try to get that going. I like that myself from him. Not that I don't like seeing Connor take threes at all.
No, it's definitely a different look for them. It's just kind of surprising to see this very early in the game.
Unfortunate there. Both free throws missed by Clyde there. Ball game still 0-0. Both teams with the possession. Now Jones spins inside and he gets it to fall. He is a talented big for Mount Vernon. Jones comes in this season averaging 14.9 a game. Had 19 in his last ball game. Platt with it. Pulver, and they got a mismatch with Middlesworth down low. Jones able to switch back. He kicks out to Lou. Lewis back over. Middlesworth, 5 on the clock. It's going down the little fadeaway. No good from the short corner. That possession not looking good for Huntington. Now Mount Vernon, they're going to the line for one more here. The old-fashioned three-point play is what they're going to try to convert. 4-0, Mount Vernon leads this one. And a nice look by Johnson. Going right inside to Clyde and making Clyde pick up a foul. He hits his free throw as well. So Jordan, we have an early 5-0 ball game on our hands.
No, we know Mount Vernon is definitely going to try to punish every mistake that Huntington's going to make out there. We saw as soon as they got off that rebound, early transition down there on the other end for that foul.
Platt has the ball now. He kicks over Pulver. Pulver looking for something, knocks on him. Tough defense there. Now Platt, he's going to drive on Johnson. Gives a look. Wang's got it. Shot up. That's good. Nice shot there by Lou Wang. And that's going to be a 3 for him. That'll be Wang's 10th 3 of the season. He's a 47% three-point shooter and knocks his first miss of the day. Jordan, if Huntington is going to win today, they got to play great defense on him and really limit not only him but his touches as well.
Yeah, we saw he literally walked up to the three-point line, just took the open shot there. Huntington's really got to make sure he's cracking down on those looks. We don't want him to get going early here in this game.
Pulver with that shot, no good. He left it short. Now Knox is going to drive to the hole. Kick to the corner. Mount Vernon driving there, trying to go around Clyde. Big 6'11". Clyde, though, able to alter Jacob Paul. Paul could have had a chance in the lane there, Jordan, but 6'11", that's not a lot of space there.
No, I think you got to get credit to Wang, too, because he was the one that knocked it away from him. Being able to get the ball away from that big man down low, that's going to help him in the long run.
Jones with it down low. He's got Clyde on him. Pulver right there as well. He's able to get Clyde up, and he's able to get a bucket. 7-3, Mount Vernon leads this one. Platt with it. He gives it off to Wang. Wang now, he's going to use a screen by Middlesworth. Kick back off. Middlesworth, the three-pointer. That's up. No good. Too strong. Paul the rebound. Now Mount Vernon looking to push around 17 minutes here. Johnson with it, top of the key. They had a mismatch with Wang on him. Now they go back to Jones. We talked about they like to go to the big man early, and they do. Shot no good there. Middlesworth the rebound. Platt with the ball far side. Only points coming from Wang on a 3 so far. Kick inside Pulver. He's got Knox on him. He'll go up with the shot. That's good. Pulver scoreless in that St. Francis game, the last one. Able to get going early here in the first in this ball game. Jones going against Clyde. No foul called. Great tough defense by Clyde. Huntington has a bit of a numbers advantage here, Jordan. We'll see if they use it. Wang, though, doesn't have a dribble. He gives it off Middlesworth. Ball pushed on perimeter. Three-pointer. That's going the other way. They're going to call an illegal screen on Pulver. That's going to be his first. And we're going to see our first substitutions. Clyde takes a seat as Andrew Yoder, the senior, comes in. Jones takes a seat as well as number 40 for Mount Vernon. David Duellanty comes into the ball game. Knox now a pull up. No good there. Tipped around by Mount Vernon. They're able to keep it alive. Pull up three here. That's good. Mount Vernon flashes it, and the Cougars are up to a 5-point lead now.
We were talking early in the game about that size advantage down low. Those big men down there just fighting for those rebounds for Mount Vernon, able to kick it back out for that three.
Now Platt drives inside. He's able to get around Johnson and get that one to fall. Jordan, I noticed Mount Vernon really likes to push it as soon as a shot's made or missed by Huntington. They're really pushing the ball.
No, I noticed that too. As soon as the rebound or the ball's back in bounds, like they're all sprinting down there trying to get down the paint and on the perimeter as fast as possible.
Knox a nice crossover there. Can't get that one to fall though. A quiet night from him. 1 rebound up to this point. Jordan, as much as I would hope that would stay like that, I don't think it will. You know, he comes in averaging around 20 a game. Wayne with the ball, right wing now, under 15 minutes here. Fakes once, Middlesworth has got it. He's gonna put the ball on the floor. Yoder, the senior with the three, and that splashes! Huntington now has tied this ball game up. 5 straight unanswered. Corner three from Knox, that's up. That's no good, but he's gonna be fouled. Both Middlesworth and Pulver were over there on the ground. That's gonna be on number 4, Middlesworth. That's gonna send Knox to the line for 3, but we're gonna have our first media timeout of the day. 10-10 is our score right here. 14:31 left. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is HU men's basketball right here on FDN Sports. Welcome back inside Platt Arena here. Once again, Ryan Lockhart, Jordan Herring. Jordan, so far we got a good one on our hands here. Huntington just tied this one up 10-10, but Knox at the line for 3 free throws.
I mean, Knox is currently 0-3 right now, and this is very rare for him considering he's shooting 56% from the field.
Yeah.
Hopefully these free throws are going to be something that helps him get him going.
Knox is a 90% free throw shooter coming into this ball game. 38 of 42 on the season before these attempts.
And this is a team that ranks 5th in NAIA at free throws at 78% as well.
Just above Huntington, they shoot 77% at the line. So both these teams, they can cash them in at the charity stripe. 14:30 here, Mount Vernon with the 3-point lead off the 3 free throws by Knox. Another substitution. We saw Gage come in on that last media timeout. Tim Abel, the transfer, also came in. Now Middlesworth, he gets it down low, knocks on him. He's able to get that one to go there. Nice look by Middlesworth, recognizing that mismatch.
Again, both of these teams trying to utilize the big men that they have down low.
Gage will kick it over to Paul. Paul back to Knox. He's got Platt on him. Now Paul, he'll drive inside, looking for some help. He gives it off to Gage, and he's able to get one. And he's going to the line for one more here. Gage really able to grab that ball and just take off with it right down the lane into that teeth, the heart of the defense. Lou Wayne gonna take a seat as Pulver comes back in for him. We're also gonna see Jones check back in. And in his first minutes of the day, number 12, Eric McLaughlin. First one, only one I should say, up and good by Gage. 16-12, the Forsters down in this one. And it's been the free throws that have really been the separation right now. Last 4 points all coming off of free throws, minus the bucket from Gage. And Pulver hounded in the post. He's going to the line.
He was being double teamed down there, and I think he did a great job of trying to get a foul from either one of those guys up down there on him.
Pulver going to the line for 2 shots here. On the season, Hank is a 71% free throw shooter. He's 6 of 8 on the season now. Pulver's second one up and good as well, so Huntington coming back in this one just a little bit here, down 2 points. Still early in this ball game though. Lachlan gives it up to Knox. Knox with the switch, Platt on him. Paul with it, far side of the floor. Jordan, I do got to say, nice student section from Huntington tonight. Really coming out and showing out for the number 4 team in the nation.
No, we have a really good crowd here right now. Hopefully, maybe with this being a home court advantage for Huntington, this crowd was able to spark something.
Ball tipped out of bounds there by Yoder. Gage will be the inbounder for Mount Vernon. Now he'll give it up, McLaughlin. Gage gets it in the corner, Middlesworth on him. They'll switch back. Huntington playing in this zone. Connor Platt, the top of it. It looks like a 3-2 zone, but it also flashes as a 2-3 sometimes. Shot no good there by McLaughlin. 2 hits off the rim. Platt the rebound. Now Yoder, he's looking inside. Middlesworth, he's been hot lately against Jones. No good there. Platt able to get a touch off of it. Knox the rebound though. Knox brings it up right side, crosses back inside, a nice feed. Inside to McLaughlin. And he got Hank Pulver up with a pump fake. But they're going to say it was a travel instead.
In all honesty, I thought that pump fake was nasty.
I'll say if I was playing, it would have got me too. Yeah. Yeah, I think I can confidently say I would have jumped as well. Yoder and Pulver not on the same page there. Almost run into each other. Abel with it right side. He's got the much taller 6'7" Jones on him. Few off-ball screens. Yoder with it. 5 on the clock. He goes opposite way. Kick over. Pulver for 3. That's up. That's good. And the Forsters regain this lead. 17-16. Under 12 here. Jones with that short corner. He's going to back down Middlesworth. Tries to get him up. Caleb stays down. Good defense there by him. The switch again. Jones, Middlesworth. He's staying right there. Pulver, great help defense there by Hank Pulver. Connor brings up right side of the court. Huntington. They're looking for something. Platt with it now inside. Senior to senior. Yoder's got this much smaller man on him. He goes up. And Yoder having a nice ball game right now. He's got 5 points in this one off the bench. 3-pointer by the Cougars. That's good. Wide open was Isaac White, and he was able to splash that one.
Man, they got down back in on the offensive end like stupid quick. Like almost as soon as that basket went in from Huntington, the 3 was already up in the air.
Now, Jordan, I know it might be easy as saying, just get down the floor quicker, but is there a way Huntington can help that? Platt a 3-pointer here. That's good. Splash from the corner.
I think to answer your question, as soon as the Huntington shot gets up, I think 1 or 2 defenders already got to start coming back to try to stop that Mount Vernon offense.
You see Forster's able to get back on that possession there. Jones thought about the 3. He had Middlesworth for a moment. Now some contact with Yoder. No call there. We're seeing a little bit more of a physical basketball here tonight, Jordan.
No, especially with these height advantages for both teams, we're going to see a lot of big men down low trying to bully their way into the paint.
Scoreless on our last few possessions. Now a 3-pointer here, no good by White. White was able to splash one from the wing just a few minutes ago. Missed that one though. Platt gives it off to Yoder. Platt's running around in the paint, had a few open looks. Nothing so far though. Abel with it outside. He loses the ball. 10 on the clock. Yoder the three. No doubt about that. That was a forced three there, Jordan. Some more substitutions here. As we're going to say Wayne, Clyde, as well as Spencer Ballinger for his first minutes of the day back in. On the other side for Mount Vernon, we're going to see number 40, Delantician. Well, as number 12, McLaughlin, he checks back in. White driving baseline, kick over, Knox wide open, spot up three-pointer, no good there. Johnson able to get a tip. Clyde staying right there, and they're going to call a foul on him. Clyde out of position the first time, trying to come back there, but just picked up the foul, rotating a second too late.
No, I thought that was some great defense from the Huntington defender, trying to do everything he can to prevent those offensive rebounds. I think we also got to talk about, that's another missed shot for Knox. We're not used to seeing this from him.
No, Knox struggling here from the field in this point. Really, the free throw line's been his really guaranteed spot up to this point. Second free throw up and good here. 22-21 the score of this ball game. Platt to Ballinger. Ballinger trying to get around Johnson. Nothing there though. Yoder, Pulver, left side of the floor, back to Ballinger. Ballinger now puts it on the floor. Wing a three-pointer. That's up. Too strong though. Pulver's hustling. And I think they said Pulver grabbed number 40, David. That's going to be Pulver's second foul of the ball game. So both Pulver and Clyde, 2 fouls. We're not even nine minutes left in this ball game yet. I had to get that 9 minutes in while I could, Jordan. It was ticking down. Look inside here. Johnson with it. Too strong there. Trying to do an up and under. Platt brings it up. What a beautiful cross there by Platt. Ballinger the pull up. That's good. Platt the assist, but a nice pull up there by Ballinger. Jordan Ballinger really able to spot that shot up there. Knox, a pull up here. He's able to get that to fall. And Jordan, we might have jinxed ourselves here.
Yeah, we might have. That's his first shot coming here on the floor.
Ball back out. Yoder at the spike line. Wang with it. He wants Platt. He gives it to him. Platt putting it on the floor against Knox. Ball gets tipped around. And they're going to call Connor Platt for a foul here.
7 fouls for Huntington already. And we still have 8 minutes in the first period.
Yeah. Definitely think we could see the early double bonus here. They're already in the 1-and-1 now with those 17 fouls. Should note that was Platt's first.
I think it's clear to see with these 7 fouls, the Huntington's being really aggressive on the defensive end, just trying to get any kind of turnover they can to throw Mount Vernon off.
First one of the 1-and-1 up and good here. Definitely a good point there, Jordan. I thought Huntington would no doubt come out aggressive, but I don't want to say we're being too aggressive, but what do you think's the problem here with drawing some of these fouls? Second free throw good there.
I mean, I think most of it is just, these are fouls that you don't really think of a lot. Like we just saw a foul on someone grabbing another player. We saw a foul right there on Connor just trying to scramble for a turnover.
Platt gets a shot blocked there by Adams. Excuse me, that was Paul, not Adams. Now Paul looking to drive against Wang. He'll pull it back out to the right wing. Good defense to offense there by Paul. Wang on Knox now. Wang a good defender. And they're going to say Knox tried to reach around there on Wang. That's going to be a foul on him. That's going to be number 2 on Knox. Second foul on Knox, so 5 points, 2 fouls. That'll be interesting. 25-24. Your home Forcers down 1 in this. We'll be right back here after this full media timeout. This is HU Men's Basketball right here, FDN Sports.
The biggest thing that has shocked me about the program is the appeal the program has across the country. We recruit kids and get kids from all over. We've had kids from Florida, Maryland, Hawaii, California, Washington. We've got several recruits coming up from Texas and Louisiana. Men's team, women's team, it doesn't matter. Everybody is really a close-knit type group. If they do fall behind in classes, they absolutely have to come to us, find them tutors. We'll find somebody on the team that can help them with classes, and we will make any and all necessary things and adjustments for them to catch up on their studies. Any player that's gone through this program in the past is just as much part of our family group now as they were when they bowled. And that is something that's really special and different about our program from a lot of other programs.
And welcome back here inside Platt Arena. Once again, Ryan Lockhart joined here by Jordan Herring. Jordan, great ball game on our hands so far up to this point. Huntington has number 4 on the ropes here, only down 1 point, and it's really been about a 1-2 point game all throughout.
No, you're definitely right. And I think from Huntington, their game plan is to just get points by any means possible at this point. Spreading the floor really well on threes and points down low.
That ball hit off Knox's foot. That's going to be a turnover there. Huntington ball, so Huntington really gifted with an extra possession here. Yoder inbound to Abel. Ballinger with it. Looking inside to Middlesworth. He's got David on him. Now he'll give it up. Abel right there. Middlesworth no good off the back iron. Surprised we didn't see a 3-second call there on Middlesworth. Now David a pull-up 3. That's good. Bottom of the net that one finds and extends this to a 4-point lead for Mount Vernon. 3-pointers have not been friendly to Mount Vernon up to this point. They're only 3 of 7. Ballinger able to find Wang. He goes down in the paint, but up and good. Ballinger kick. Middlesworth, he wasn't ready for it. Over Wang with the ball. 7 on the clock. Yoder's got it short corner. Misses that shot in Huntington now. They've gone cold from the floor here. Kick back out. Johnson the 3. No good there. Too strong. Abel the rebound. Ballinger wanted that rebound, but Abel not letting him have it, Jordan.
No, that 3 would have been really devastating for Huntington too. Not getting anything going these last 2 possessions.
Now we're going to get a foul down low in the paint. Platt comes back in for Yoder. Knox takes a seat. Gage in for him. So both leading scorers, both shooters, dead-eye shooters, you could say, Jordan, for these ball game, for these respective teams on the bench right now. Well, Platt back in. A little bit of mind games being played here by Ty Platt. Abel, he wants Middlesworth down low. Force that pass. Now Tim will work off a screen. Pulver with it. Looking for a spin back to the middle. He'll spin to the outside. A hook shot. That looked real pretty there. Gage brings the ball up really quick once again for the Cougars. They cling on to a 2-point lead right now. 5:30 remaining. Pulver, no space on the baseline, and that's going to cause a turnover. Number 5 in the ball game for Mount Vernon. Two-point ball game in favor of Mount Vernon. Jordan, what have you seen from the Cougars that have helped them gain this lead?
I think their biggest thing is how well they get down the floor. I mean, we're seeing these very fast transitions from them, leaving the Huntington defenders almost clueless as the who to guard out there. That might leave some open shots for them.
Shot no good there from Platt. Pulver lays out for it. Can't get to the ball, though. Slows it down momentarily. Johnson took an extra step. That's going the other way. Number 6 in the ball game.
It's 2 turnovers in a row here for Mount Vernon too.
Another substitution here. David takes a seat as we see number 15. Austin Jones, the senior, check back in. Wang with the ball. Pull up, spot up, wide open 3, and he makes them pay for it. And he gives Huntington the lead once again, 29-28, the Forsters. Gage kick over, look inside, Jones with it, Middlesworth. This has been a good matchup all day. Once again it is. Jones wins this battle.
I think it's always going to be scary down low whenever Jones has the ball. You know he's going to do everything he can to bully whoever is defending him to try to get that layup.
Jones surprisingly only 6 points in this one, but he's seen quite a few looks. Middlesworth pull up 3, in and out, no good. Pull up 3-pointer here, no good, but it's going to be a travel anyway. Mount Vernon not happy with the call from the bench to the players to the coach. But the official sticking with it, Jordan. It looked like there was an extra step there from my point of view.
I honestly didn't see it, but what I do know is that's like 3 turnovers in a row here for Mount Vernon in the last 4 possessions.
And I believe all of them have been travels as well.
Yeah, I think they have been.
Paul staying right tight to that hip of Connor Platt and not letting him get free. Ballinger fakes one way, now he'll go the other way. He's able to get that one to fall. Ballinger taking advantage of the smaller man on him. 1-point lead. Gage pull up over Ballinger. He's able to get that to fall from the elbow. Good defense by Ballinger, but a really nice pull up by Gage.
Now this game is starting to become real back and forth right now. Question is, who's going to start to pull away from the other teams?
Up to this point, we've really seen both teams. It's been a turnover ball game. Another one right there now. Paul off and running. He's got a few guys. Kick over right in front of the bench. Inside to Jones they go. Middlesworth, no room. Back to Paul it goes. 3-pointer, good. Splash it goes, and Ty Platt's going to have to take a timeout. 35-31 the score of your ball game. It's a 30-second timeout, Jordan. So I think we should keep it right here between you and I. 3:08 on the clock. And we have a 4-point ball game with number 4 in the house. You can't write that script, Jordan. Number 4, 4-point ball game.
No, you cannot. I mean, Mount Vernon is doing everything they can to try to stretch the floor. We saw them right there getting the ball off that turnover, getting down the floor as quick as possible, and trying to create that open 3 there on the corner.
And Jordan, we keep kind of hyping up and talking about how good Knox is. He's still on the bench right now with a little bit of foul trouble, 2 fouls, but he was on the preseason All-Crossroads League team. He finished 5th in points per game and 4th in field goal percentage at the end of last year. Those were his stats. Mentioned preseason Crossroads League team. At the end of last year, he was also 2nd team All-NAI for the tournament. Mount Vernon going to the tournament, tying their program record with 27 wins. So Knox has really been a big part in this turnaround. Ballinger a 3. Looked like that might have got blocked there. I think Gage was the man that jumped with him.
No, I think Mount Vernon did a great job of reading that offense right there.
And Jones goes into Ballinger, and he gets Ballinger to pick up a foul there. Huntington was able to get away from the fouls there for a minute. Coming up once again, Ballinger's first. And we're going to see our first minutes of the day from number 35. Aarons for Huntington. David Aarons, the 6'7" sophomore. Aarons and Middlesworth played high school ball together, along with Spencer Ballinger. They won a 2A state title, trying to bring some of that winning pedigree here to Huntington. Wang uses that screen there. He has a look. Pull up. Nice look by Lewis Wang. He gets that one to fall. The D1 transfer.
Not to mention he had to get around the 6'7" Jones to get that shot too. That's a big guy to get around.
Jones to Gage. They're going to say he was out of bounds. Another turnover here for Mount Vernon. That's going to be number 8 of the ball game, Jordan. Jordan, what's hurt opposite teams more? The turnovers for Mount Vernon or the fouls for Huntington?
Ooh. I'm kind of leaning towards the turnovers, but I think the only reason I'm leaning towards that is because it depends on what kind of points you get off of those turnovers. I mean, obviously, foul trouble is going to hurt you later on in the game, especially with not having your favorite guys in, but you can create a lot more chaos with some turnovers.
And you mentioned those points off turnovers. Huntington does have 8 points off those 7 turnovers. 12 on the clock here, ticking down under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Inside to Middlesworth they look. And I believe they're going to say this one tipped out of bounds. And number 21, Johnson. Middlesworth driving inside. They end up finding him. Now they kick it back out. Yoder had a look at a 3. Now he'll go inside. Can't get it against Jones. New shot clock for Huntington as they get an offense rebound. Keep this possession alive. Kick around the perimeter. 3-pointer. Bam! That's good! They call him Roger. His name's Andrew Yoder, and he is hot in this ball game. He's got 8 points in this one. Huntington down by 2. Jones going baseline. He wanted a dunk there. Middlesworth held him up. Platt bringing it up left side of the floor. Under a minute to go here. Huntington looking to try to tie this up or get the lead before half. Platt comes off a screen. Yoder, he's been hot. He stays hot. Bang! He hits another one. 39-38. And this is going to be a 30-second timeout by Mount Vernon. And I can't think of a better time to use one, Jordan. Wowee.
No, Huntington trying to create as much chaos as they can on the offensive end, and Andrew Yoder's the guy to doing it right now.
Andrew Yoder, 11 points in this game. So far up to this point, he's Huntington's leading scorer. On the other side, Jones with 9. Huntington 1-point ball game. 41 seconds on the clock, though. What do they need to do to stay strong on this defensive possession, Jordan?
Well, I think just don't get lost in those defensive switches. We know Mount Vernon is going to do everything they can to try to get a perimeter shot open for them. And if it's not a perimeter shot, then they're going to Jones down low. As long as you can keep them away from the perimeter and keep Jones silent, I think they're good.
Knox will check back in for Mount Vernon. He's their leading scorer this season at 20.8 points per game. Gotta think he's gonna be their guy. They want to keep getting him going. Been quiet up to this point. Mount Vernon gonna let this run down to about 10 seconds before they get their offense started here. Skip pass. That's good. Knox able to get it there. Gives Mount Vernon a 2-point lead. 14 on the clock now. Last second shot here. Yoder's been the hot guy. Wang's got a 3 though. Wang thought about the back door. 4 on the clock. Yoder gonna have to pull up. He lobs up. Bang! He hits another one. Wow! 42-41. Huntington's got number 4 on the ropes right now going into halftime. Jordan, quick thoughts here before halftime. What do you think about this one?
Andrew Yoder is a monster from 3-point line. I'll tell you that right now. He is just unstoppable. 3 threes to end that period for him.
And now we're going to have head assistant coach Josh Rakonen here for just a little halftime interview. Coach, first of all, thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
Coach, 1-point ball game going into halftime. Yoder's been your hot man so far, 14 points off the bench. I know you guys call him Roger. How big has his impact been off the bench for you?
Man, super proud of Roger. He's been focused and dialed in, and he's been super positive in practice, and it's good to see that paying off out in the game today. He came in, gave us great minutes. Just awesome to see him come in and do that for our team as a senior leader.
Now, Coach, on the other side, 1-point lead here at halftime. What do you guys need to do in the second half to stay strong defensively?
I think the key for us is just matching up in transition. We've lost them a couple times in transition, especially White and Knox. lost those guys early. We got to make sure we match up in trans and make them shoot contested shots. We got to battle with their big fellows because they're tough and they're physical. Got to keep it out of Jones's hand. If we can do those things, I think it could be a good result the second half. But we got to battle as a team for all 20 minutes.
Coach, thank you. Good luck.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate you having me.
Thank you, Coach. And that's going to be it here for us in the first half. 42-41, Huntington leads this one. Number 4, Mount Vernon on the ropes here. We'll be right back with our first half stats as well as second half action and our thoughts here. Ryan Lockhart, Jordan Herring on the call, and this is FDN Sports.
So Powder Puff football is 2 teams divided up by floors, and then they all have flags, so it's just a flag football game. And so we have the 2 end zones, and it's just like a regular game. We usually play 2 20-minute halves, and it's just a good time for everybody to get some football in since we don't have a football team here as a sport.
Let's go, Let's go! Oh, snap!
Powder Puff to me is something that actually opened me up at Huntington.
And for me, just as a freshman, obviously, like I get to know all the different girls on my floor, and we all grow closer together.
Powder Puff just means a lot of unity between the girls on the floor and just provided a lot of good fun between all the other girls on campus as well.
Powder Puff means to me, it just signifies some of the best times that you're going to have during homecoming weekend.
Home run for right fielder Adrian Perez.
Perez started playing baseball at a young age where he fell in love with the sport. Then, when he made it to high school, everything changed.
When I was a junior, this guy saw me in Florida playing, and he asked me if I want to stay in Florida for better education and find like a scholarship or something in the USA.
This was an offer that Perez and his parents didn't see coming, but there was another curveball on its way.
In that year, my mom got cancer. When that happened, she talked to me and said, "Oh, do you dream? Like go follow your dream. I'm gonna be fine."
So he listened to his mom and started playing for the Iowa Lake Community College Lakers in 2015. That's when he earned the nickname Big Shot. But in the midst of his great success with the Lakers,
I hurt my hamstring in a scout day in Iowa Lakes.
Perez returned to Puerto Rico for therapy in December 2017. After weeks of therapy, he walked his mom through her final days.
My mom passed away after 2 years.
To honor his mother and follow their dreams of going pro, Perez returned back to the U.S.
At that point, I got hurt and all the school again is NAIA, but I don't want to talk to nobody. And that frame, Coach Friend's son, he called me over and over and over. But all the school, the NAIA just sent me over. He was the only one he want to talk to me. So I told him, I can't play baseball right now. I just trying to rehab and everything. I said, he don't matter. I'm going to give you a good offer so you can come to Huntington University and play here, and we're going to take care about the hamstring and everything. He offered me the offer, and I didn't even call my dad. I said, okay.
So Perez and the Forsters made it official.
I signed, called my dad, tell me I think I made the right decision.
While at HU, Perez remembers that he's almost 9 hours away from his family.
The adversity just helped me go through everything in that point. My dad always watching me in the TV, so when I go to hit, I make a sign, so he know I just want to play for them. And
let's go! Bobby! Bobby! Up!
I am Dr. Fred Miller. I am the Department Chair of Kinesiology and also an exercise science professor at Huntington University. Huntington University is unique as far as they get a lot of one-on-one attention from the professor. You know, helping them learn the information or helping them minister a test, whereas some universities, you don't get that one-on-one from the professors. One of our themes focuses is on being a Christian and trying to be a good role model for others. We're here, we really care about the student, we want to see that student succeed, not just preparing them for their future career, but also we want to prepare them to be a servant for God. Huntington University, we have a lot of equipment that students will get an opportunity to use and experience. Some of the equipment we have include a bod pod, which is very famous. We also have other interesting equipment that students will get to use. That equipment include a VO2 max, a metabolic cart system. There's also a lot of equipment including other health measures. Students will get plenty of opportunity to learn how to use all this equipment, and they will get administering it to other students. Oftentimes students who get an undergraduate degree in exercise science will go on to physical therapy school, or even they will go on to physician assistant school. And then also another common career path for students is to become a strength conditioning specialist and mainly work with athletes. Exercise science is a degree where students will gain a lot of knowledge about health, but having someone that has the knowledge and experience to help an individual to get fit, to get healthy is important. And students at Huntington University, they learn about knowledge that's credible and that's important for students to have so they can help these individuals.
Here in Huntington University's film program, we offer a one-of-a-kind experience. You'll have access to state-of-the-art equipment and the opportunity to gain practical experience on set. But what really sets us apart from other universities? While the films that we make are important to us, we give special attention to how we make them. In our film program, we understand the process behind making a film is just as important as the finished product you see on screen, and how we treat one another on set has a big impact. Which is why our program is part of the Kinema Commonwealth, a group of filmmakers dedicated to creating an environment of mutual respect that values individual artists over the bottom line. Our goal is to create excellent works of cinematic art and storytelling that both entertain and turn those involved into better people. We hold to 3 community values that make up the Kinema Manifesto. The first is respect for the individual, in which the time, energy, resources, and personal well-being of the artist are shown full respect. Artists are not just used for their talents, but embraced as collaborators. The second is respect for the community, where the natural environment, the local community, and the audience are all treated with the utmost care and respect. Filmmaking impacts not only the filmmakers, but those around us too. The third is respect for the art, because each filmmaker should be given artistic freedom to work creatively and to the best of their ability, while remembering that we are all working towards the same story. We believe that by living out these community values daily, the resulting projects will be works of passion, infused with the artistic voices of all the filmmakers. Our hope is that our students will not only practice these values during their 4 years here, but that they will take them into the professional industry and over time, revolutionize the way films are made in the United States and the rest of the world. We are striving to create leaders who pursue excellence in their craft while showing love and respect to those around them.
Hello and welcome back inside Platt Arena here. Once again, Ryan Lockhart joined Jordan Herring. And Jordan, what a ball game we have in our hands right now. Huntington up on number 4, 42-41, up by a point. Before we go into some stats, just some thoughts. We saw the turnovers be a problem for Mount Vernon. What do they need to do to fix that?
I think just get some better ball possessions, spread the floor a little bit more. We're already seeing them trying to do everything they can from the perimeter and feeding the big man down low.
Now on the other side for Huntington, we saw their foul trouble be a problem for them, not only having to rotate some guys around, but also, just getting team fouls, getting in the 1-and-1. Now, I don't know if I would say that was necessarily a problem because some of our guys that come off the bench, we scored 18 off the bench, really nice outputs off the bench. But how does Huntington fix that foul trouble?
I mean, we were discussing earlier about whether or not they were being too aggressive, not aggressive enough. Most of these fouls that they're being called on aren't necessarily shooting fouls either. They're mostly, like reaching fouls or blocking fouls. So I think just play the best defense you can without getting too physical.
Now a quick look at some stats here for both teams. First, for the visiting Mount Vernon Cougars, leading them in points, Jones with 9. Knox is their leading rebounder at 4. And White their leading assister at 2. From the field, they shot 46%, 50% from 3. They're 5 of 10. They're perfect at the line, 10 of 10. 19 rebounds, 4 offensive, 15 defensive. So, they've done a good job on the boards tonight. But 8 turnovers, that's really what hurt them to the 4 of Huntington. And team fouls, you look in that first half, 4 to 8 from Huntington. Now on the other side of that, Jordan, leading scorer for Huntington, not one of the two guys I think we would normally, not even normally, no doubt about it, not one of the two guys that we normally think it is. Yoder at 14 points, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc right now is Andrew Yoder. Middlesworth leading rebounder at 7, and Platt the leading assister with 2 of them. Huntington shooting 47% from the field, 50% from deep. Now Huntington 8 of 16 from deep versus 5 of 10 from Mount Vernon, so Huntington looking to it more often. They also only have 4 turnovers, mentioned that, but those 18 fouls really would have hurt them. Some key stats that I really picked off: points in the paint, 14 to 12. Mount Vernon leads that. For the looks we've seen from them in the paint, I'm surprised they don't have more, Jordan.
No, I mean, we're talking about how these guys have such a height advantage down low. You would think they'd be feeding the big men down low, bullying everybody down there in the paint. But their offensive game plan right now is just stick to the 3 ball.
Yeah. Now, some other key stats here. Points, bench scoring, 18 for Huntington, 12 for Mount Vernon in that first half. Jordan, we saw some good basketball there in that first half by both teams. I can only imagine it'll continue on here. Some key guys in foul trouble for both teams. But I believe we have all starters back on the court here. Second half action underway here now. Connor Platt to Pulver with the ball. Handoff right back to Pulver they go. Knox is on him. That's a mismatch. He gets Knox up and he gets one to fall. Huntington leads by 3. Now they'll look for Knox early here. We mentioned how quiet he's been in this ball game. Johnson with it. He's got the much smaller wing against him. Clyde comes over for some help. Good help defense, but not enough. Jordan, we should note we saw 9 lead changes in that first half. Largest Mount Vernon lead was by 7 points. Largest Huntington lead, only 3 points.
No, this is going to be a scrappy game, I think, all the way down to the final minutes.
Middlesworth with Knox on him. Picks up his dribble there. Now Platt, he'll drive, kick, Wang. That's going to be a travel. Extra step there from Wang, and that causes a turnover. The first one here of this second half. Huntington up by 1 in this ball game. Knox with it. He's looking for Paul at the top. For White, excuse me. Now to Paul it goes. Johnson moves it back around the perimeter. Jones, they go inside with it. Clyde on him, 10 on the clock, right into Clyde, no good there. Clyde the rebound.
I don't know if you were watching Clyde before Jones ended up with the possession, but Clyde is just doing everything he can to body him up down low, preventing him from getting the ball.
Now Clyde, power dribble, he's gonna go up and he's gonna go to the free throw line as well. Clyde missed his first 2 free throws, really our first 2 free throws of the ball game. Missed the first 2, but he's gonna go to the line here for a few more. First one up and good there by Clyde. Kajiri is a 72% free throw shooter. Second one up, no good, left it short. Pulver went down. Clyde taking a big swipe at the ball there, but nothing happening because of it. Pulver on Knox. Now they switch off Middlesworth on Knox. A dangerous matchup. Pulver switches back. Inside they look. Johnson with it. Johnson looking to go up and under. Clyde right there. Good defense from both Huntington guys. And they call that one on Middlesworth. Number 2 on him. Johnson at the line shooting 2 free throws. This first one up and good. Clyde's going to take a seat as number 31 Yoder checks back in. Mount Vernon season ended last year to a loss to Morningside in the Sweet 16. It was a 75-69 loss, but capped off one of their best seasons ever. 27 program wins, tied for the most. They also went to the conference tournament went to the tournament championship for the first time since 08-09, and Pulver able to hit a big shot there to give Huntington a 4-point lead. Look inside to Jones they go. It's almost like a book with the same chapter every time. And the chapter keeps writing itself. Another turnover on a travel there. Clyde gonna take a seat. Yoder gonna take a seat. Clyde back in. On the floor for Mount Vernon, Knox, Paul, White, Jones, and Johnson. For Huntington, Wang, Platt, Pulver, Clyde, and Middlesworth. Middlesworth thought about it. Now he'll give it back to Wang. 17-13 remaining. Wang goes to the hole, and he gets that one to fall. What a drive-by there by Lewis Wang.
He is not afraid to get the ball down low, even with Jones down there, making that paint his home.
Wang, 10 points. Now a pull-up. No good there. Johnson trying to battle with Clyde. 6'11", winning that battle, though. Clyde handoff to Pulver. Pulver going to go up against Knox again. No good there. Left it short. Now Mount Vernon will slow things down momentarily. Middlesworth on Knox. Dream matchup for Knox. Jones a pull up. No good there. Clyde the rebound. Both these teams trading some missed buckets here now. Middlesworth the turnaround. That's in and out. No good. Pulver is able to get it. Clyde going up, and he's got to go to the line for another one. He gets fouled. Huntington leads 52-44.
Huntington has just turned this game into their own right now, turning on the Jets right here, trying to build this lead against Mount Vernon.
Jordan, what a play right there by Hank Pulver, able to keep that ball alive. That might be the best play I've seen in this ball game so far, and we've seen some good ones.
Yeah, I mean, he literally ran from the three-point line all the way down below the basket and threw the ball back inbounds.
I think Pulver definitely used all of that 6'7" frame that he has. Knox looking, Johnson, Pulver on him. Clyde the help defense right there. Now Johnson gonna try to split him. No foul called. Really nothing called at all there. And now Johnson's gonna get a foul. Jordan, I thought it was gonna be a jump ball call there.
Yeah, it for sure looked like it at first, and we even saw a little bit of a frustration foul come out of there afterwards.
And that's going to lead us to a media timeout here. 52-44. Huntington leads this one. We'll be right back here. 15:50 remaining. And welcome back here to beautiful Huntington, Indiana. Ryan Lockhart, Jordan Herring on the call for this great ball game on our hands here. Huntington leads this one by 8. Largest lead of the day for them, for any team, because Mount Vernon held a 7-point lead at one point. Now we'll see if the Forsters can keep this lead. And a foul called here. That's going to be on Wang, 22. That's going the other way for Huntington, and foul trouble, not getting away from the Forsters. Johnson over to Knox. Knox only 8 points up to this point in this one. Averages 20. Jones crossing over. Kick out Johnson. He looks back down low for Jones. Clyde on him one-on-one. Strong defense there from Clyde. No foul called. Jordan, what good defense there by Clyde.
No. Sorry, my bad. I meant to say, yes, that is good defense. I was going to talk about how that defense down low is really good on Jones right there, because he's just going to bully his way into that paint.
Mm-hmm. Platt gets around Johnson now. Johnson, though, going to be called for a little bit of a push here. 52-44 our score. Pulver, the inbounder. Huntington really taking it to Mount Vernon this second half. 10-3 they lead this half. Wang somehow able to stay in. Turnover there from Huntington. That's number 6 on the day. Gage looking to bring the ball up quick. Hand off to Knox. Knox looking to drive against Hank. Hank blocks that one. Pulver blocked it, then stole the ball right from him. The freshman not backing down from the junior. Now Platt gets around Gage. Can't get that one to fall. Clyde gets a hand on it, and they're going to say he's the last one that touched it. 14:37 here remaining in this second half. It's been a fun one up to this point so far. Johnson going against Middlesworth, looking for an up and under. Jones, short corner, that's good. Mount Vernon finally able to get some points here. It seems like they've been in a lull here for a minute, Jordan.
Yeah, I was going to talk about how their last few possessions, they've been keeping the ball down low, just trying to get some easy buckets down there, but now they're kind of expanding their reach out.
Wayne gets a screen from Clyde. Gives it off Pulver. 7 on the clock here. Pulver running out of room. Middlesworth, a three-pointer. That's in Johnson's face, and he hits it there. 55-46. Huntington leads this one. Down low to Jones they go once again. And a push going to be called by Clyde. Scoring updates here. Taylor leads St. Francis 50-47. Spring Arbor up on Marion 41-38. Both those games on the second half. Also, Indiana Wesleyan up on Goshen 54-40. Ballinger going to check back in here. Clyde going to take a seat. Gage, your inbounder, 9-point lead now for Huntington. Sloppy pass there thrown by Gage. Now Knox with it. Spot up three. That is good by Paul. Jack Paul had his 1,000 point last game against Goshen. We want to send a big congrats to him here from FDN on hitting that milestone. Staying strong with it here. Middlesworth thought about Ballinger. Now he'll spin back away from the basket, but to the hole he goes.
Middlesworth is starting to heat up here. He hit that big three. Now showing everyone that he can do it down low too.
Mount Vernon in trouble here. Kick over to Gage. Johnson, he's got some open room. Ballinger's on him. Looking for some help. Back out. Paul, three-pointer. No good. Too strong. Mount Vernon fights for the ball, and that one's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be going the other way for the green and white of Huntington. Jordan, I don't know if you saw it, but on that last possession as Mount Vernon was bringing the ball down, both Ty Platt, head coach for Huntington, and Jared Ronay, head coach for Mount Vernon, they were both talking to the officials, and the officials didn't know which one to look at. Forster stretched this to a double-digit lead now. Knox, three-pointer, bang, he hits that one. A nice look by Knox there. That gives him 11 in this ball game, puts him in double digits.
It's scary to see what happens when Knox gets hot. How many more shots are you going to be able to take like that?
Knox, a guy that could change his ball games, but so is Middlesworth. Misses that one, though. Middlesworth has had a hot hand. After a quiet first half, he had a nice second half start here so far. Knox thought about it, kick, Gage, three-pointer from the corner, in and out, no good. Middlesworth a rebound, number 8 for him.
Mount Vernon looks like they're going back to that perimeter ball, trying to get some threes here to catch up in this 7-point deficit.
And they haven't shot terribly from three. 46%, Platt a three-pointer, that's no good. And now Huntington, their shot's starting to go quiet here. Knox with it, right wing, back to Johnson, top of the key. David will take a three-pointer, no good there. Middlesworth another rebound. I believe that's number 9 for him, so we need to put him on the double-double watch. 9 points as well. Yoder to Ballinger. Ballinger has it top of the key. He'll give it right back to Yoder. Under 11 minutes to go here. The Forsters looking to move the ball on the perimeter here. 8 on the clock. Ballinger driving inside. A little floater up. No good. Platt somehow finds the ball, and he gets that one to go. Give Connor Platt 7 points. Mount Vernon's been able to slow him down up to this point. And this is a 30-second timeout that we're going to keep it right here with us. Jordan, 61-52 with 10:41 remaining here in this second half.
I don't know if you've noticed or not, Ryan, but Huntington is being really aggressive on those offensive rebounds down low. I mean, I think we've seen 2 or 3 of them already, but they're just doing everything they can to scrap and fight down low for those rebounds.
Yeah, and the Forsters winning the offensive rebound side 6-4 from Mount Vernon, but you look at the total rebound, and they're now winning that one 27-25 compared to the first half where Mount Vernon had 19 and Huntington only had 15. So this second half rebounds definitely have been a big deal and a big focus for Huntington. Jordan, I think it's paid off. It's helped them expand this lead to this 9-point game it is now. Isaac moves it back. Paul with it. He's going to drive on Wang. And they're going to call a foul on Lou. That's going to be number 3 on him. No substitution coming in for Wang, so he's going to stay out there with 3 fouls. McLaughlin, they give it to off the inbounds. Back to Gage. Perimeter passing has worked for Mount Vernon. Jones in trouble. They want it to him again. Jack's going to drive. What a swat by Spencer Ballinger. That went from the paint to the volleyball spike line. Gage a pull-up. Can't get that to fall. Clyde the rebound there. Jordan, what a block, though.
No, that was crazy good. Huntington defense making sure nobody's able to get down low.
Ballinger loses that ball momentarily. A feed inside. And Lou left it short there. Had a nice look. He's going to pick up. Three-pointer here. No good by Mount Vernon. An unfortunate play there. This one's going to be coming right back to Mount Vernon. 61-52 our score remains. Huntington outscoring Mount Vernon in the second period, 19-11. Gage against Ballinger. Clyde against Jones, and Jones wins this matchup. That now gives him 13 points in this ball game and cuts into this lead a little bit. Ballinger looking to put the ball on the floor. Now he'll kick it back out to Wang. Wang wants a pick from Clyde. He gets it. 13 on the clock. Ballinger looking to turn the corner. He does. Off the front of the rim, though, he left it. 9 minutes and some change left to go in this one. Gage to the hole, and off of his foot it goes.
I think that's the first time we've seen Mount Vernon's transition game just burn them a little bit.
Now Ballinger takes a seat as Abel in for him. And Jordan, I believe that's the fourth time we've seen a ball go off a player from either team's foot in this one.
You would almost think we're playing soccer out here.
You know, I'm sure the Crossroads League champion Russ Lawson coach Forsters would like a couple of these big guys out here for them. Platt now uses that screen. He's got Gage on him down low. They don't go to it. Back to Platt they go. He pulls a three. That's good. Connor Platt wants in on it. Give him double digits. 10 points in this ball game.
I think Huntington is doing a great job of building this lead against Mount Vernon. But we know Mount Vernon isn't a team that's going to go quiet either.
Huntington switches down low. A mismatch. Platt against McLaughlin, and he's going to get fouled. Platt, a big mismatch down low. He's going to go line Eric for 2 free throws here. McLaughlin coming in at 6'6". Connor Platt on the other side of that. A very not 6'6", Jordan. Coming in at 6'2", so a big mismatch leading to that foul there. Platt's second of the ball game. Only 1 free throw there, though. So Platt, he'll bring it up the ball. He'll bring the ball up the floor. Yoder was hot in that first half. We haven't saw a lot here in the second from him, though. Nice screen by Clyde. They give it right back to him. He goes in to Jones, and he gets one off the glass there. A nice hookup from Platt to Clyde. White with it. He gives it up. Knox, top of the key. Knox has 11, but he'll give it up to Paul. To the corner they go. Down low to Jones. Every possession, it seems like, Jordan, that's what they like to do. And they're going to call a foul on Clyde here. That's going to be number 4 on him. And with 7:40 remaining, very unfortunate there. But that will lead us to our media timeout here. Last one of the ball game. We got substitutions coming from Huntington, but you're going to see them on the other side of the break. 55-66, Huntington leads this one. welcome back here inside Platt Arena, where your Huntington Forcers have the number 4 Mount Vernon Cougars trailing in this one. 66-55, they lead it. They're up by 9. And it's really been around that 7 and 9 point mark here for the last about 4 or 5 minutes, Jordan.
Yeah, I think Cougars are just scrambling for shots right now. We're seeing, one possession they go down low, the next possession they go to the perimeter. They just keep going back and forth with that game right now.
It can be dangerous if they get them both hot. Knox only 11 points in this one. Some other key guys, 6 points for Paul, 6 points for White. Now Platt almost runs out of time, and a pass from Pulver gets picked off. White's able to get 2 off of it. Huntington not expecting this full court press. Platt to Yoder, right back to Platt they go. Pulver's gonna bring it now. Turnover by Huntington, that's number 9 for them. That one off Knox's face there. Kick, Knox, 3 from the wing, that's good. We said we don't want to get Knox hot, and he's starting to heat up here. 14 points for him in this one. 39% is what Mount Vernon's shooting from deep. And we're going to keep this one right here. Coach's timeout. It's a full timeout, Jordan, but we're 30-second timeout. 30, we got both motions here. We're keeping it here regardless, though, Jordan. 66-62. Huntington leading this one. Only up by 4 now. It was just 10. What happened, Jordan? What happened?
Mount Vernon came out with that full court press, gets a turnover, 2 points off of it, and then the very next possession, I don't know how, but Knox took a shot off the face and then ended up on the other end for a 3-pointer.
Now, what can Mount Vernon do to use some of this little momentum they've garnered here to help them push even more and regain this lead from Huntington?
Well, I know if I'm Huntington, getting points that quickly is going to put a little bit of a scare in my mind. So I think, as long as Huntington's able to stay confident, get the ball around that four-court defense, I think they'll be fine.
Once again, a Crossroads League Conference matchup here. Number 4, Mount Vernon coming in here to Platt Arena. Ryan Lockhart with Jordan Herring on the call here. And Jordan, to say it's been a great ball game, I think would be an understatement.
No, this game has been going back and forth almost the entire game up until we saw the 11-point difference from Huntington. And now we're back to a 4-point game.
Yoder almost running out of time here, gets it into Wang. Huntington able to break this press now. They're going to have to figure out how to get the ball in much easier. Pulver with it, left wing, gives it off. Platt, top of the key. Under 7 to play here. Pulver, no good. Outstretched hand to Johnson there, enough to shake that one. Knox against Pulver. Able to cross over right into the hole. Pulver a block though, and he gets his own rebound. Wow. Hank Pulver, the freshman, not looking like one right now.
It seems like for Knox, that seems like a little bit of a heat check shot, and he just got absolutely destroyed down low.
14 points for Pulver in this one. He's looking to add to it, and he does as he goes to the ground. Give him 16, and Huntington a 6-point lead. Knox looking for Jones. That quick offense once again inside, and they're going to call a foul on Middlesworth. Middlesworth trying to say he was straight up. Jones going to the line for one more, though. Mount Vernon's got this back to a 4-point ball game. Looking to make it a 1 possession here with Jones's free throw. It's up. No good. Middlesworth the rebound. Number 10 for him. Clock ticking down. Under 6 minutes here. Wang kick over to Pulver, to Yoder now. Switch here defensively. Johnson on Yoder, a mismatch. Inside to Platt. What a feed by Yoder.
That was some great offense there from Huntington, being able to scramble the Mount Vernon defenders down low to get that easy look down there.
Yoder able to get the defender to come over and find the wide open Connor Platt. Not many times do we say a wide open Connor Platt. Johnson, Yoder on him. Mismatch here. Mount Vernon looking to take advantage. They go right into Yoder. A late foul call there. Yoder not happy about it. Johnson did get him up in the air there, Jordan. That's only Yoder's first of the ball game.
It's 8 fouls for Huntington, though. Do you think Huntington's going to get into some foul trouble here later on?
Well, Jordan, we saw it in the first half, and it seems like what's happened in the first half has stayed true here in the second half up to this point. Huntington staying in foul trouble. Mount Vernon, they've done a better job of keeping hold of the ball, but they're still, I think they replaced the turnovers with the missed shots there for a period of time. 5-point ball game here. Platt able to turn around Paul a few times here. Gives it off to Middlesworth. Around 5 minutes here. Yoder going to use a screen. Gage able to poke the ball away from him. To Platt they go. Platt pull up from the corner. In and out, no good. Middlesworth right there. He gets the rebound. Goes up, no good. Clyde, no good there. Too strong for Clyde. And they're going to call it jump ball. This is going the other way, but Clyde, wow. Jordan, he just missed that wide open bank shot there.
No, I think 2 offensive rebounds from Huntington, too. You had the missed shot from Connor Platt on the offensive board, and then the one from Clyde right there. You can tell there's some frustration with both of them right now.
A few good looks come up empty for Huntington on that possession. And Jordan, you can feel it in there right now. The tension, you could cut it with a knife. Jones, no good there. Great defense by Clyde. And Huntington not looking to push. A few minutes ago, they would have been down trying to score already. With the lead, they're looking to slow it down, though. Smart shots here is what the Forcers want. Platt running all around. He's trying to get the ball. Yoder thought about it. He'll feed inside for Clyde. What a pass! Andrew Yoder's having a beautiful game, Jordan. A beautiful game. Wow. If you're not on the edge of your seat or standing up right now, I don't think you can like basketball, Jordan. 72-65. The Forcers had the lead in this one. 4 minutes remaining. Well, 4:06, I should say. And Jordan, we got to keep it right here. What a ball game on our hands right now. 7-point lead for the Forcers. Mount Vernon made a run from 10 points. They come out with that full court press. Kind of got Huntington mixed up. Some turnovers happen, but now Huntington getting back in it. What does Mount Vernon need to do to get this lead?
I think they got to keep Huntington off the glass. I mean, we're seeing some offensive rebounds from there. Even though Clyde missed his first attempt at an offensive rebound, came back in the next possession, get that nice look from Yoder for the feed down low. Keep Huntington away from the paint. Keep Connor silent. That's a big part of their game.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be fine.
And for the most part, they've really done that. Platt only has 12 points. Leading scorer for Huntington right now is Hank Pulver with 16. Leading scorer of the ball game, though, it's Jones with 17 from Mount Vernon. But right behind him, Yoder, he's still got 14. I'm a little surprised we didn't see him going early in the second half. I thought the Foresters would really look to Yoder with how he finished out that first half.
Yeah, you would think they would, but I also think that Mount Vernon just, collapsed on him, trying to keep him away from the perimeter. But also, we've got Middlesworth and Platt stepping back up here on the second half, trying to help generate a lead here for Huntington.
I think the most surprising stat I've seen of this ball game so far, Jordan, points in the paint. Huntington, they're leading this one 30-20. Now, with all the looks we've seen down low, and I know we talk about it, I'm surprised Mount Vernon just isn't winning that one. Knocks a pull up here. No good there off the dribble. Middlesworth, another rebound. That's number 12 for him. Platt gives it off to Yoder. Yoder now dribbling around. He'll give it off to Hank. They're looking inside for Clyde. Platt will kick it back out. 12 on the clock. That Mount Vernon defense staying strong, but I think at the same time, Huntington just not looking for it a lot. Yoder looking to go up. Now, Clyde I believe they're going to say there should have been a foul, but no foul called. Mount Vernon running down the floor. Jones against Yoder. Clyde finally gets down, and Clyde's going to pick up a foul. Wow. That's going to be number 5 on Clyde, so he's going to take a seat.
I'm kind of surprised with that foul call there. You know, I thought the one down there on Clyde for the offensive end was way worse than what happened with Clyde on the defensive end.
Clyde fouling out of this one. He's going to sit down. 7 points, 8 rebounds. A little stoppage of play here as Ty Flatten, one of the officials, having a conversation. Clyde taking a seat here. Wayne going to come in for him. I mentioned it, 7 points, 8 rebounds for Clyde. Jordan, how big has he been in this game for Huntington?
I think he's been real important because every time he's on the court right now, he's keeping Jones silent.
Yeah.
He's the only guy on Huntington's team that can body him up and really challenge him down in the paint.
Jordan, that last rebound by Caleb Middlesworth to give him number 12, that set a new career high for him. It was previously 11 earlier this year. So big congrats there to Middlesworth on that new career high. 72-67, Huntington up in this one. But Jordan, is it ever so close here?
No, you know that Mount Vernon's not going to go out silent. They're only 5 points away, and we know that's not a lot for them.
It really feels like it's a tie ball game, and every possession, there's 10 seconds left on the clock, and it's a winning possession right there is what everyone feels like right now.
No, Huntington was even a little bit scared when they were up by 11, and then they cut it down to 4.
Pulver now, he's driving, he gets some room, and he got fouled as well. I believe David was the one that got him, and he did there. That's going to be his second, but that's going to send Pulver to the line for 2. Huntington in this ball game not doing well at the line. 3 of 7. Jordan, they've only taken 7 free throws in this one. Make that 8 now. On the other side, Mount Vernon, 21 free throws is what they've taken. They've made 17.
I think it just goes back to the foul trouble early on in this game, too. I mean, we have 9 fouls for Huntington right now and only 5 for Mount Vernon.
Pulver's first free throws on the season, and they're good right there. Both of them, 100%. We'll see a new number 1 on the NAI rankings next week now. Congrats, Hank Pulver. 74-67, Mount Vernon down in this one, looking for an answer. You would think it would be Knox, but he's been quiet this ball game. Jones has been their man to go to. He's got 19. They look for him here. Now he's looking. A spin here by Jones. Into the basket he goes. And they're going to say it went off of Huntington. They're saying it went off of Middlesworth. The crowd not happy with it, but back to basketball here. Knox thought about it. And now we're going to get a timeout here by Mount Vernon. Jared Roney is going to take it. And we're going to go ahead and keep it right here. Huntington leads 74-69 with 2:16 remaining. Jordan, I know we got J-term classes tomorrow, but I just can't quit thinking about how good this game has been up to this point. We've seen it all. We've seen good scoring. We've seen good bigs, good defense on the bigs, good defense on the perimeter, and both these teams are competing at the highest level against one another.
Yeah, both of these teams are doing a really good job of just creating whatever advantage that they're able to dispel on the other team. So if Mount Vernon, for example, is messing up on turnovers, Huntington's going to burn them on it. If Mount Vernon's doing a really good job of burning Huntington on the boards, they're going to let them know on the other end.
Coming into this ball game, Huntington was tied for 7th in the Crossroads League at 1-3 with both Spring Arbor and Taylor. Now, Spring Arbor's win was against Huntington. Taylor's win against Spring Arbor. Huntington's win against Goshen, but a little matchup there. We'll try to get you some more scores here as they come across to us. And in men's, Indiana Wesleyan taking it to Goshen 82-55. They lead that one. Some other news, St. Francis, they're up by 3 against Taylor with 1:18 remaining. Marion, they're down 2 to Spring Arbor. So again, we'll try to get you updated on some more of those scores as our game continues on here. But Jordan, I think we got enough action here to keep us plenty full.
And we're seeing it looks like Mount Vernon's pulled out the full court press here on Huntington too. It worked the first time. Let's see if it catches them again.
Yoder pass, no good there. Errant shot there by Millsworth. I thought he would have brought it back out. Now Knox, he'll look to drive to the hole. He's got Yoder on him. What a block by Yoder. He got all ball there. Paul looking inside for Jones. Middlesworth went down there, right into the referee crash. I didn't see what happened, but it looks like it might be something with the leg there. We have a stoppage of play here.
I think when he went up there on Jones, he just came back down wrong on his ankle and just kind of twisted it.
Now we're going to get a sub in here. Middlesworth trying to call him off. See him limping just a little bit. Tim Abel coming in for him. Yoder going to be your inbounder. A 3-point ball game right now. He gets it into Wang. Now they got to get it across half court. Wang will slow it down here. Gage has been able to poke a few away from him. Wang trying to get some room. To Platt it goes. Nice pick by Pulver. Gets the mismatch. Pulver, a spot up 3. No good. He left it short there. And now Mount Vernon, they'll bring it up. Pulver able to get a hand on that one. A nice play defensively by Pulver, using that frame once again. He's had 2 of the best plays we've seen tonight, Jordan.
No, he's proven that he can be lights out on offense. Now he's proven he can just absolutely stop anyone on defense too.
Abel takes a seat as Middlesworth comes back in. Jones does too. And a full timeout here. 1:10 remaining. 74-71 our ball game. 3 points. We're going to keep it right here with us. Wow, Jordan, it's been an exciting one up to this point. But Huntington, they're going to have the ball here to look to expand the lead a little bit more. What do you look inside? Do you try to just run the clock a lot? What's your thoughts here on this possession?
I think from the last few possessions we've seen from Huntington, Mount Vernon is collapsing on them on the perimeter. So I think it'll be great to see what they can do down low. Just absolutely punish their defenders. We've seen them scramble them down low and get some nice open layups. But they're just locked down on perimeter right now.
Caleb Middlesworth, he was hot coming into this ball game. He scored at least 21 points in his last 5, only has 9 right now. But with another point, would have a double-double in this ball game. His only single-digit game of the season against Goshen. Middlesworth has put together a nice season so far. He's improved in points, assists, and rebounds for his averages. But his career high is 36 points. He had 33 in that Siena Heights game just the other day, Jordan, and I had a chance to call that one, and Middlesworth absolutely lights out. Looked like whatever he was throwing up, didn't matter if it was even a bad shot, it was still going in. Forster staying strong here. Paul over to Johnson, top of the key. They look inside to Jones. He almost loses it. Keeps possession under a minute to go here. Jones able to get the little floater to go. Into Yoder, they get the ball. 50 seconds remaining in this ball game. 1 point ball game. It was up to 11 at one point. On the floor for both teams, Platt, Middlesworth, Pulver, Wang, and Yoder. Knox, Paul, White, Jones, and Johnson for Mount Vernon. 11 on the clock. Jones on Platt. Platt the turnaround to Middlesworth he goes. It's a mismatch off the glass. Huntington leads by 3 now. Ty Platt calls the timeout. Connor Platt, he saw the mismatch down low. He took advantage of it, and Middlesworth smart enough to use the glass and get that to go. A 3-point ball game with 27.4 remaining and another full timeout, Jordan.
I'm honestly happy that last play happened because I called that they need to go down low for that bucket, and that's exactly what they did. Now I look like a genius.
It's nice when that works out in your favor, right? Jordan, one thing, looking at Huntington in this ball game, I look back at some of their previous history this season against ranked opponents. They played 5 ranked opponents this season. They're 1-4 in those matchups. They've lost the last 4 straight. Now, granted, those losses were to number 11, number 9, number 1, and number 17. 2 of those being conference losses, but nevertheless, Huntington right now is up 3 points with number 4 on the ropes, looking to not only end that streak against the ranked opponents, but to also end their losing game streak, that 1-game streak they ride. And this would be a big win against this Mount Vernon Nazarene team. It would put Huntington at 2-3 in conference, pending some other games. Indiana Wesleyan up against Goshen 84-61 right now. Marion down 2 to Spring Arbor, 34 seconds remaining. And Taylor down 2 to St. Francis as time about expires. Paul now looking to drive. They look inside. Yoder was able to get it. And that's a foul. Huntington. Wow. Big plays. And the Foresters have made them here. That foul going to be on number 21. Johnson, that's going to be his 3rd for the Cougars. White takes a seat as Gage back in for him. 3-point ball game, 17.6 remaining. Free throw shooting is going to be where it's at here. And Ty Platt not happy with the execution there by the Foresters. Yoder having to take a timeout as he was trying to inbound that ball. We're going to keep it right here once again. Still a 3-point ball game. Jordan, Huntington leads the second half in scoring 34-32. But with Mount Vernon being so aggressive and not giving up, not letting anybody get free when Huntington's trying to inbound the ball, is there a play or maybe some off-ball screen or some action Huntington can do to help them?
Honestly, don't know, because you would think when they go to a full court press, those defenders are doing everything they can to prevent Huntington from getting the ball. You're just scrambling as fast as you can to try to get open.
3-point ball game here. We take a look into the series history just a little bit. Huntington is 12-4 all time against Mount Vernon. 6-2 here inside Platt Arena, but 6-4 in the last 10. Huntington won the first 6 games of the series, Jordan, but have lost the last 2. Now, before these last 2, Huntington did win 4 straight. So Huntington not trying to snap 1, not trying to snap 2, but trying to snap 3 streaks all tonight.
I think it would be big if they do it here. We've got 17.6 seconds left on the shot clock. Let's see what Huntington's going to do to try to get around this full court press.
Huntington averages 81 points a game. Only 73 in conference, though. To Middlesworth, they get it. Back to Yoder to Platt. Mount Vernon not able to foul. Jones goes down there. They finally get a foul here with 12 seconds remaining. What a job by Platt to elude the pressure there. And Middlesworth did get 2 points, so he does have a double-double in this ball game. 11 points, 12 rebounds for him. Pulver leading scorer with 12 right now. Platt's first one, no good there. 3-point ball game, under 10 seconds. Knox, a pull-up 3, that's deep, and that's good! 5.2 remaining, and Mount Vernon ties it up. Wow! What a shocker here. Number 4 is not going away.
I mean, we talked about early in this game how he's able to just cause mayhem from anywhere on the court. I mean, I don't know if you saw the range of that three-pointer, but he pulled up from the Forrester logo on the sideline.
Just about the volleyball spike line. Jordan, I don't know if you're an NBA fan at all, but that almost looked like a D'Angelo Russell ice in my veins shot. Knox knew as soon as he got the ball around half court, you could just see it about him. He was pulling up. Now, I think Huntington thought he was going to pull up a lot closer to the three-point line. And I don't know if I'm a Forster, if I can necessarily fault them for letting him take that. A guy's out by the volleyball spike line, 5 seconds remaining. Jordan, I think I'm okay with that.
No, usually you're like, give that guy that shot and hopefully he misses, but we haven't seen that all game from him.
Yeah.
That was just some range, dude.
That three by Knox gives him 19 points now. Wow, what a shot by him to tie it up here. 5.2 remaining. The Forsters going to be the ones inbounding the ball here. One timeout left for both teams. Jordan, we may have some free basketball in our hands here.
We might. This is real close. Question is, what's Huntington going to do to try to get this game locked in their favor?
All 5 guys on the floor for Huntington right now in double digits. Platt now, he gets the ball inbounded. 3 on it, 2, 1. He's going to pull up the shot. No good, off the front of the iron. He left it just short. And Mount Vernon, they're going to take this one into overtime. 76 apiece. We see this one. Wow, what a ball game up to this point, Jordan.
And Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon storms back in the second half, down 11 points at one point, and ties it back up with 5.2 remaining.
I mean, we know this team is scrappy, and they're showing it right now, doing everything they could to climb back into this game, and now they're sending it into OT.
We're going to go ahead and keep it right here with us. Look at just some quick stats here. Mount Vernon at halftime, they had 8 turnovers. Here in the second half total, they have 11. So they only have 3 in the second half. So we talked about it. One of the things they needed to do was cut down on those turnovers, and they did it, Jordan.
No, you're right. Hopefully we can see the same thing here in OT. Let's see what both teams have planned, because you would think going in OT, you've seen what both teams have to offer against each other. Now you got to come up with a new game plan here in OT.
As we get ready to get back into action here, Mount Vernon has played 2 overtime games this season. And unfortunately for Huntington, they've won both of them, Jordan. Tip off here, second one of the day. Pulver and Jones now. Pulver won it, but Johnson was in great position. Jordan, I mentioned it, Knox, 19 points. He was able to get hot in that second half. He could be a guy in this overtime that could really take over. Against Lords, he had all 17 overtime points.
I mean, he's also proven tonight, too, that he can score it on offense and then turn it around on defense, too, keeping everybody out.
3-pointer from the corner there. Mount Vernon now looks for a big defensive possession. Keep in mind, folks, there is only 5 minutes here in overtime. Pulver can't get that shot to fall there. Jones the rebound. They give it back to Knox. Mount Vernon does. They've shot 43% from the floor tonight. Help defense by Yoder. He's able to get back over behind the back. Knox goes. They give it right back to him in the corner. Feed down low. Up! An elevation. Johnson skies for it there. Wow, Mount Vernon having a nice overtime so far. 5-0 run for them. Wang now looking to turn the corner. Kick, Middlesworth the 3. No good off the front of the iron. Pulver right there. No good. And Huntington, they're cold in this game. Jordan, we saw it start about 3 minutes left in the ball game. Huntington just not hitting shots from deep. And it's really continued here to overtime.
No, Mount Vernon's doing a great job of keeping them silent with the three-point line. They just got to try to keep them silent down low, too.
Paul over to White, 7 on the clock here. Jones, he's going inside. Ball off Middlesworth's foot. 1 second on the shot clock here. So this is going to have to be one that goes up right away. Knox goes for it. And they're going to say shot clock went off before a turnover. White for Mount Vernon is not happy about it. Mount Vernon, their bench getting up and getting loud for them. Jordan, with how many students we have here inside Platt Arena, they've been relatively quiet this ball game.
No, you would think with home field advantage that this home crowd will help spur them to this victory.
Yoder shot too much off the glass there, no good. Now the Forcers really need an answer on defense. A big stop here. About halfway through this overtime period, 2:35 remaining. White looking to drive around. Nothing there. Middlesworth staying strong. Jones, they go inside. Back iron, no good there. Platt the rebound, number 5 for him. And now as big as that defensive possession was, this offensive possession is big now. Platt the step back 3. High, no good there.
Huntington is still silent in OT right now.
Very surprised by that. Now we're going to see a timeout here by Mount Vernon. 2:04 here. And that's going to be a full timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it along with them. 2:04 remaining, 76-81, your Forcers trail. And welcome back inside beautiful Platt Arena in Huntington, Indiana, where your home Huntington Forcers are taking on the visiting Mount Vernon Cougars, number 4 Mount Vernon. Huntington, an 11-point lead, was erased officially by a shot by Knox at 5.2 remaining in regulation that sent this one to overtime. Knox had a 3 to start this. Now another shot here, no good, left it short. Johnson the rebound, he'll kick it out. And that's a big rebound there by him. Maybe the biggest by Mount Vernon in this ball game. Platt telling his guys to stay strong and not foul. Mismatch down low. Wang able to poke that one away though. 1:25 remaining. Huntington down 5. Jordan, you mentioned it. They haven't scored in overtime yet. Wang, open 3. Bang! He hits it! Wow! You can't write this, Jordan. Huntington hits a big 3 right there. And Lou Wang, the man that does. 13 points for him. Another full timeout. We're going to keep it right here. A 2-point ball game inside Platt Arena. 81-79, your home Huntington Forcers down. Wow, Jordan. I know I keep saying wow, but I just keep being amazed every time we see this great basketball from these two opponents.
No, I mean, they're both doing great jobs of just abusing whatever mistakes the opponent is making. I believe that 3 came off of a turnover from Mount Vernon. giving Huntington the first OT points in this game, and that 3 now puts them only behind by 2.
Mount Vernon now 13 turnovers in this ball game. Had 8 at halftime, had 11 but going in. 3 turnovers in the second half, 2 so far here in this overtime period now. Forster's a big 3 by Wang there, answers. And Jordan, we've really seen a total team effort here from Huntington tonight. Platt and Middlesworth very quiet in that first half, no doubt about it. But guys like Wang, Pulver, Yoder, Clyde Kajiri that end up fouling out, all of them stepped up. You mentioned how big Clyde was, especially on the defense, how he's been able to really slow down and limit Jones, make him earn his buckets. Clyde out, Middlesworth on Jones now. And a 2-point ball game in favor of the Cougars. I want to give a big shout out to our FDN crew here tonight, staying around for this free basketball. These 2 great teams here. Knox with it, top of the key, under a minute to go in overtime. White the 3, that's good. Bang, he splashes that one. And Huntington needed a big possession there. Either a turnover or something. 44 on the clock here. Pulver, he gives a shot up. That's no good, he leaves it off. Can't get the putback either. 35 remaining. And Connor Platt's gonna foul White here. A big foul there. And the double bonus is what Mount Vernon's in. So they're gonna get 2 shots here from White. Isaac White, an 85% free throw shooter. Only missed 2 coming into this ball game, but give him number 3 there, Jordan. Look, I'm not a fan of the big jinxes or admitting that we have any say in it at all, but I think I may have helped her right there a little bit. Not on that one.
Didn't help the second one.
Forster's down 6 in this ball game, 32.8 remaining. Mount Vernon still putting on that full court press, so Huntington can't roll the ball up. Platt Jones on him. Almost goes down. Now Platt kicks it out. Pulver, Middlesworth. Huntington can't get a good shot here. Now Platt does. He hits a 3 here, right in front of his dad, Ty Platt, in that bench. And Huntington makes this a 3-point ball game once again. Jordan, Mount Vernon scores, Huntington answers. Mount Vernon misses, Huntington misses. Mount Vernon scores, Huntington answers. I love this book. I would read this book every day of the week if I could.
No, you're definitely right. Both teams making it interesting here, but someone's got to pull away from this game. I mean, Huntington's only down 3, but only 17 and a half seconds on the clock.
So that's going to be known shot clock here, which means you got to foul somebody. Now, you look at some of the free throw shooters. Knox, not a guy you want to shoot by no means. 90% free throw shooter. White, you just saw him go 1-1. He's an 85%. Paul, he's an 86% free throw shooter. Jones would really be about your lowest one at 80%. So the big might be the guy they want to foul here. But Jordan Huntington, really, we saw him slowly get into this overtime period, but 2 big threes here. And the Forsters back on the court. They're ready to go here. Anxious to get back in this one. Leading scorer is Hank Pulver with 18. Leading scorer for Mount Vernon, Jones with 23. Johnson, their leading rebounder, with 12 for Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon now looking to get it in here. They do. They get it into Paul. They're calling a foul on Pulver. Wang was right there. It looked like they had a good trap right there, Jordan.
No, they definitely did. And so you would think that possession would either end up in a steal for Huntington or he's putting his foot out of bounds.
Yeah. You know, initially at first I was wondering why Wang didn't foul, but the way Pulver come over, you could definitely see Wang was trying to force him to that corner. Smart defense there by Lewis Wang. Wang transferring from Maine, a smart defensive player. He's known for his defense. but it's been his threes that have been big today. He's got 13 points in this one. 13.5 remaining. Paul at the line. Second one up and good. Makes us a 4-point ball game. Pulver into Yoder. 10 on the clock. Yoder behind the back. Thought about pulling up. Middlesworth the three. That's no good there. He left it short. 4 on the clock. And they're going to call a foul on Connor Platt, number 3, his 4th of the ball game. Johnson going to be the one going to the line. I believe he was setting a screen that led to it. Jordan, what a nail-biter ball game, though, we had on our hands here. Huntington looked like they had it in the bag. But Mount Vernon just kept chipping away. Switched their defense up and came back in this one. Platt gonna throw up a shot as the clock expires. That's gonna be no good. 88-85, our final score here inside this one. Mount Vernon, number 4, survives the upset big from the Foresters. Huntington will now drop to 1-4 in the Crossroads League. Mount Vernon, they improve to 4-1, 16-1 overall, excuse me. While Huntington, they go to 9-8. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here. We're gonna have Coach Platt come over for an interview as well as our final game stats and our wrap up here. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is HU men's basketball right here on FDN Sports.
So Powder Puff football is 2 teams divided up by floors, and then they all have flags, so it's just a flag football game. And so we have the 2 end zones, and it's just like a regular game. We usually play 2 20-minute halves, and it's just a good time for everybody to get some football in since we don't have a football team here as a sport.
Let's go, Let's go! Oh, snap!
Powder Puff to me is something that actually opened me up at Huntington.
And for me, just as a freshman, obviously, like I get to know all the different girls on my floor, and we all grow closer together.
Powder Puff just means a lot of unity between the girls on the floor and just provided a lot of good fun between all the other girls on campus as well.
Powder Puff means to me, it just signifies some of the best times that you're going to have during homecoming weekend.
Home run for right fielder Adrian Perez.
Perez started playing baseball at a young age where he fell in love with the sport. Then, when he made it to high school, everything changed.
When I was a junior, this guy saw me in Florida playing, and he asked me if I want to stay in Florida for better education and find like a scholarship or something in the USA.
This was an offer that Perez and his parents didn't see coming, but there was another curveball on its way.
In that year, my mom got cancer. When that happened, she talked to me and said, "Oh, do you dream? Like go follow your dream. I'm gonna be fine."
So he listened to his mom and started playing for the Iowa Lake Community College Lakers in 2015. That's when he earned the nickname Big Shot. But in the midst of his great success with the Lakers,
I hurt my hamstring in a scout day in Iowa Lakes.
Perez returned to Puerto Rico for therapy in December 2017. After weeks of therapy, he he walked his mom through her final days.
My mom passed away after 2 years.
To honor his mother and follow their dreams of going pro, Perez returned back to the U.S.
At that point, I got hurt, and all the school again is NAIA, but I don't want to talk to nobody. And that frame, Coach Friend's son, he called me over and over and over. But all the school, the NAIA just sent me over. He was the only one he want to talk to me. So I told him, I can't play baseball right now. I just trying to rehab and everything. I said, he don't matter. I'm going to give you a good offer so you can come to Huntington University and play here, and we're going to take care about the hamstring, everything. He offered me the offer, and I didn't even call my dad. I said, okay.
So Perez and the Forsters made it official.
I signed, called my dad, tell me I think I made the right decision.
While at HU, Perez remembers that he's almost 9 hours away from his family.
The adversity just helped me go through everything in that point. My dad always watching me in the TV, so when I go to him, I make a sign, so he know he know I just want to play for them.
Let's go! Bobby!
And welcome back inside Platt Arena here. Heartbreaker for the Forsters. They dropped this one 88-82. Once again, Ryan Lockhart joined here. Jordan Herring. We're not going to have an interview from Coach Platt tonight. But, Jordan, a big drop here from Huntington. They had an 11-point lead at one point in that second half, and it looked like things were going that way. But it was one simple switch, a press that was put on by Mount Vernon, and that changed this ball game.
No, you're definitely right. I think we also see from Mount Vernon those final few minutes, they just locked Huntington up from that perimeter. You eliminate the three ball and force Huntington go down low. You know, that's just not their game. The three ball is what they like to stick to. Cutting that out of their game, really, it's what hurt them there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Jordan, we saw in this game, you know, both teams, they had their moments where they looked good at basketball, and they had their moments where I think I were both kind of puzzled. You know, it was some silly turnovers, some silly fouls, things like that.
Yeah, especially at the very beginning of the game when Huntington was already in foul trouble. And then we see it on the other half of the game, too.
Yeah.
You know, that could help attribute to the loss that they received. But I also think Huntington did a really good job of trying to get those turnovers from Mount Vernon and also capitalizing them on the other end.
Some news around the Crossroads League. St. Francis victorious in their game, so they move now to 3-2. Taylor dropping to 1-4. Also, Mount Vernon with this one, they move up to 4-1. Indiana Wesleyan, they beat Goshen, so they move up to 4-1 as well. So Taylor and Huntington both 1-4 right now. I haven't seen results of the Spring Arbor game. That was a close game. But, you know, nevertheless, though, Huntington dropping this game here. This would have been a big win for them, Jordan. We look at some stats here. Huntington from the field, they shot 44%. 44% for Mount Vernon as well. From three, Mount Vernon got the nod there. They shot 50% compared to 41 from Huntington. Free throw line, all Mount Vernon, 77%. 21 of 27 compared to 5 of 10 from Huntington. I think that could have been something if Huntington got to the line more. Really could have helped them out there. Turnovers favor Huntington. They only had 10 in this ball game. Mount Vernon had 13. The Forsters do only average 9 a game, so staying right around their average there. Scoring leaders for both teams. It was Jones, the scoring leader of the ball game, with 23 points for Mount Vernon, and Pulver, he had 18 for Huntington. Right behind him, though, we saw the likes of Connor Platt. He had 15. Middlesworth had 11. Wang had 13. Yoder had 14 as well. So some big performances there. Knox also had 22 for Mount Vernon. So staying, very high scoring from quite a few different guys. And Huntington really balanced theirs out, though. We look at some other things here. Bench points, Huntington 18-13. Points off turnover, the Forsters winning that one 19-15. But Jordan, dropping this ball game was Huntington today. Once again, 88-82. They lose this conference action. Next up, the Forsters, we're going to see them take on Bethel. So another big matchup there. But Jordan, a great ball game on our hands here today. We got to give our thank yous out. The whole FDN crew here, starting from Carson Watkins over here down low on the sideline with us. On cameras, we had Beth Ann as well as Abdul. Back in the back, we saw both Dylan Herring, Jordan, your very own brother, and our man, Kobe Solms. We want to say thank you to all of them. And we can't forget Lance Clark and Adam Widener. For Jordan Herring, I'm Ryan Lockhart. Forsters drop this one to number 4. We'll see you guys next time. Go Huntington.